Guess who's back? Still doing that shit, Andre?
Got it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Check me out. Still.
There's no way that gets by the filters.
Welcome everybody to tonight's Plumes of Hazard, where you're guaranteed to get a Dr. Dre ad put on the beginning of your video.
Maybe. Honestly, I think it's borderline.
Borderline, yeah, it's borderline. It's close.
We'll find out in a month.
I am Mass Blast O Lime, and here's my co-host.
You're Limon.
Limon, that's right.
Mass Blast Limon. We have Fu Lima and Elangstel Vapor.
What up, everyone?
What up? What up?
Hi.
What up?
Yeah, I'm alive. Sorry, everyone last week.
Welcome back, man.
Yeah. I was up at 4 a.m. for work Monday morning.
Still.
And sometimes I'll usually nap when I get home on Monday. It's like the only day of the week I take a nap. And this time I had some shit to do, and then I didn't take that nap. Didn't happen until 6 o'clock, and that was not intentional. And then my sister had gone out after work, and then she came in late, and I hear my front door open, and I just like shot right the fuck out of bed. I'm like, don't have my bears. Like, what the fuck is going on? And first thing I tell my sister, I'm like, what time is it? She's like, it's 1. I'm like, fuck. She's like, what? I'm like, I didn't nap after the show. I napped through the show.
I was for sure, Master, you were going to come on and say now with 50% fewer white people. I was betting on it. No go.
Nope.
Now you a third.
Not me.
Boom.
Boom. Did you, Master? Did you get the emergency at the ice cream factory get sorted out? You're all right now?
Yeah, there was another one today, but you know, I feel like a firefighter.
Plot twist. I fell asleep in the freezer and ate all the ice cream. That was the emergency.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's wrong with my camera?
Bad.
I had my settings fine for a while, and now it's all weird again. I'm like, oh, red.
Oh, you got to turn off the tomato setting.
I know. Well, I didn't.
Put his spaghetti.
JTH review says, just admit it for you ditched us. Maybe I just ditched you. Bitch.
Who touched his spaghetti?
But
all right, we'll try this light.
No, it sucks because like aside from weeks we've taken off, I've never missed a show for whatever reasons. I've been late here and there, but I've never flat out missed a show because of stuff. So it sucks.
It does. That's very unusual. That didn't fucking help at all, did it? God bless it.
Yeah, and as my cohorts found out, I'm a heavy fucking sleeper. Well, I'm even heavier sleeper when I've slept like 4 hours the last 2 days.
Yes.
I mean, I was up at like 1:30. I had to be up for work at 5 anyway, so I was already up, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with myself for 4 hours, but I caught up on the world. So, yes. I'm sorry, Duro. Mi amor.
See if this helps a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with my camera. It's all freaking janky.
Do you? Oh, right. I was gonna say what you should do is run the Logitech webcam controller in parallels. I'm not even joking. I have like I have all my presets saved in it. So
is that right?
Yeah. Because the thing is, the software for Mac is not as you can't do as much in it.
Which one?
The the Logitech software for like the 9.
Oh, I don't use that. I use a different app that actually has a ton of settings on it. That's a little bit better. I got it sorted a little bit better. It's not great, but it's not bad. At least my table's actually looking like the normal shade. I'm still a little funny, but that's all right. Yeah, no, I don't use that. I use a different one that Sean and I found a long time ago. Can't remember if I found it or if he did. Either way.
So, in preparation for tonight's show, I went to sleep at 11 last night on a Sunday. I never fucking sleep that early. 11-ish. I don't think I passed out till 45. But yeah, and I napped today, and then I woke up at like 6:30, 6:45. I'm like, all right, we're not doing this again.
Yeah, boy.
So
you had a couple pretty good voicemails, though, I guess.
Oh yeah, I played it for our homies. I put on speakerphone for our hangout.
Good night.
I don't know what the hell I would do if I woke up at 1, like from a nap.
I've done it before, but not when I have a show and then work the following morning.
jump off.
Yeah, no, that would be really weird. That would really mess me up.
Yeah. What I was surprised about was how quickly I was able to recover my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
But
I ended up only one day of weird, right? And then you had plenty of sleep, so that wasn't a problem.
Well, but then, I ended up working like really late Tuesday, so I was so fucking tired coming home Tuesday. So I'm like, oh, I've been up since 1:30 in the morning, and it's like 6 p.m. And I got in a power nap on the subway, and then I was all right, and then I was sorted the rest of the way. So
yeah. Well, somebody's noticed that I finally re-upped my my Diet Coke supply. Yeah. And that's just the stuff that's not in the fridge.
Are those the new bottles? I saw those. I thought it was like some special edition shit.
No, they're old ones. They're the old ones, the normal ones.
Yeah.
I did get some sun. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe.
Is that food or CGI? Yo, CGI ain't this good yet. Michael Bay can suck these nuts.
Do.
Oh no, he does explosions. Who's all about the CGI? George Lucas. Boom. Among other people, I can't.
Yeah, I thought you meant like Michael Bay.
Yeah, that's what he said.
America. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said George Lucas. I must have missed the first part.
I did say George. I said Michael Bay first.
He said all of them. Yeah.
Both.
He said both of them.
Both of them. Both of them. Oh boy. Well, it's good to have you boys back.
Yeah. Well, I was back for a little bit last time.
That's true. That's true. You did come back.
You're the thumbnail for last week.
I think that was funny. He did make the thumbnail for last week, which is good. By the way, about the skipping problems, I hope they're fixed, by the way. One reason, I think I found out one reason why, and that was because my interweb connection was bad. So it had been up and down the last couple of weeks, and was it Monday night or Tuesday night? I think it may have been Tuesday night that all of a sudden, and I was fine Monday night, and then Tuesday while I was at work, things were a little slow. I didn't really notice because I was too busy and just kind of dealt with it. Tuesday afternoon or evening, I went to go start a Netflix show. Wouldn't start. Like at all. It was like, wouldn't even start. Because it kept timing out. And I tested my speed. I was getting 5 down. 5. And it wasn't really the case on Monday, at least that I noticed. But that may have been some intermittent problems. Anyway, so I called the people up, and they said they're going to come out. And Motherhead, that's true. He said that I would have been potato if that was the case. I guess that is true. Must have been YouTube problems. Anyway, but I had them come out, and at first they were just like, you've done all the normal stuff, and we can't really find any problems on the phone. So they sent out a guy. The guy came over. The first thing he looked at in my wiring cabinet in my closet was, oh, that's old. So he switched out some stuff that apparently was old tech that I didn't even know about. It was just some of the splitters and stuff in there. And then I was telling him what had happened to my ONT a long time ago, that they were supposed to fix it. And it had been weird, but whatever. And he went out and looked at it, and he goes, oh, you don't have one of those ones with a battery backup? I'm like, yeah, it's got a big old lipo on it. He's like, oh, Yeah, I should probably replace that too. I was like, a look at it. He went and looked at it. It was from like 2010. He's like, yeah, this is no good. We need to pull that out. So he pulls it out, and literally, I was getting 5 down and like 20 up. He replaced it. Everything cycled back up, and I ran a speed test. It was like 85 over 90 or something. I'm like, there you go. There's your problem right there.
There's your problem. Yeah.
Because they always try to ask you, right? And you can't blame the guys for troubleshooting or whatever, because I do have another router here. And yeah, okay, that's another little wrinkle. But, you know, I can also connect directly to that router and test.
Oh, UIT guy? You know stuff? Yeah?
Exactly.
You know, so like, I turn it off and on?
Because there's a lot of people.
You fix it yourself, fucker.
So I try to not tell them about my other stuff, right? My other routers and stuff. Like, I'm testing against the actual route. Like, I'll go plug into that router, use that Wi-Fi. Like, when the guy walked by and he saw my stuff, he's like, oh, yeah, so you're a technical guy. I'm like, yeah, dude, I can help you in a lot of ways. There's a few things that I just don't know. If you start talking about splitting the fiber out the street, I'm out. I have no idea. I don't pretend to understand a lot of that. No. Anyway. So hopefully we're better today, and we're not LSD tripping. Mooch, Matt. Hey, Master, quick.
Jeez, man, I'm like 15 pages into finding something, and you're gonna make me play. You're gonna make me play something that's gonna, like, you know, something. Welcome, Mooch.
I'll be right back.
Hey, real quick, now that we have Mooch and we have his attention, hey, Mooch, did you by any chance see the report that came out with Tesla batteries after 160,000 miles, real-world data holding upwards of 90% of their charge? And Tesla coming out and saying that they have a battery in testing that's over 660,000 miles of charging and recharging cycles that's still holding 87%. That's pretty good. And they attribute it all to their cooling system that they use when they are charging the batteries and under high demand. And the only one that comes close to it is the Nissan Leaf. And that one, after 100,000 miles, I think it drops down to like 80%. Total capacity. So kind of neat.
It is very neat. And also, I just figured out what the hell's wrong with my camera. It's because all my displays around me were in night shift. So they were all maxed out warm. That's why I was red. Yeah.
That's why I turned mine off. I turned flux off, because if not, it just, I mean, I'll turn straight up orange. Let's see. Watch. Oh, here we go.
I thought I was the one that always looked off.
Yeah, boy. I look freaking chicharrón. Now we're back to white. Okay, so let's see. Mooch said yes, but almost all of our cells can do that if treated that well. So yeah, it was really cool. It was actually in Reddit. It was under Data is Beautiful. And they actually had the if you haven't checked out that subreddit, it's pretty awesome. They had the charts of most of their vehicles, and of course there were some that were weird. Those are probably like the accidents and all this other shit. But you could see the data flow of the mileage of a lot of these vehicles and the capacity for the batteries. And apparently one of the researchers was saying that one of the ways they got that much capacity for that long of a period of time was they're only charging up to like 78 to 80% daily charge. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, and they said that the biggest factor with the Leaf and how far it's dropping off was the cooling technology. So but yeah.
Are you talking about the Tesla battery degradation thing? That was awesome.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that thread? That was pretty neat. But yeah, I know we got a supercharger station here a couple of months ago, and it's pretty neat. I didn't even know there was that many Teslas around here. But with Elon blasting rockets, a few miles away from here, I'm guessing there's more and more. But yeah, they sit there and they cycle the fans, because I've walked by there, and when they're all charging, and they got the fans going, cooling that coolant. So
yep, those things are pop up. Even not even the superchargers, but I think there's, I don't know if it's a supercharger or one of the regular ones, but there's a whole bank of them at one of the
rest stops,
fancy malls. Not too
oh yeah.
A couple hotels I'd stayed at in Maryland when I was working for Enjoy, there were 2 hotels specifically in the Annapolis area that had chargers near the front of the hotel. I thought that was neato.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a charger here. They had 2 parking spots that said for EV vehicles, and then they took that one out, and they just put all. I think it's a 10-bay supercharger station. So
the one that I just saw this weekend, I think it was probably 8. It was on like an outer edge of one of the fancier parking lots or whatever, just kind of out away from things, so wouldn't be running into your Corolla, wouldn't be hitting it when they were charging.
Yeah, no, they did. They took this one and put it like it's pretty much an outdoor mall area, but they put it as far over in the parking lot and as far over as possible, so it's literally 1 row in, and it's completely out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm sure, the power that comes in, the transformers that they have in there, you'll see the row of the chargers, and then there'll be like 1 or 2 car spaces, and then you'll see this massive concrete, it's actually 2 concrete walls with doors on each side. And those units, if you've been up close to them, they're fucking crazy looking. The inverters that they got, man, it's crazy. And they're all like Tesla'd out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, how the power wall, it just doesn't look like a fucking box on the wall. It looks like a Tesla power wall. So
when you walk over to it, or as all the little tiny pebbles and rocks and stuff on the concrete, are they all kind of like doing this?
You could feel. Let's just say this: your hairs on your fucking back of your neck are like standing up. There's some fucking power running through there. So while we're doing the show, I'll pull up the pictures that I took when
I got shocked today with some 110. That was fun.
Ooh, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Make you feel alive.
One less cup of coffee I had this morning. That's for damn sure.
I bet.
You know what they should put at the supercharge while waiting for shit to charge? Like one of those big pianos they used to have at FES Shorts that you saw in the movie Big.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Why not? Just throw that in there.
Bouncing through.
I do have a piece of news that I need some help from Masty on, but we can do that in a bit when you're ready.
Whatever.
Before that, we can do this. Hey, Fu, what are you vaping on today, buddy?
All right. Pissed in the K-Fon 5 on the SX Mini.
You broke out the Mini still trusting it?
Yeah, I remember I said that I've kept a pretty close eye on it.
Yeah.
I still don't quite understand. Oh wait, Mooch is in chat. I'll message. Well, I don't know if you were around, Mooch, or you had come by yet, but almost a month ago now, right?
Yeah, it's probably
what happened. Basically, I had maybe a handful of pulls left on my VTC 5A in this thing, and I left it on my dining table, and I got up the next morning to get ready for work, and I went, and it was dead. This thing idle discharged my shit down to 2.7-ish. Yeah, what the fuck? So that happened. But it hasn't happened since, so I'm not quite sure what caused the anomaly. I cleaned out the tube on this thing and what have you. Definitely not firmware related, because I have not updated this firmware in a long time.
Well, I was just gonna say maybe that's part of the problem, because I thought that they had an issue with the discharge in a firmware.
Did they? I had no idea.
I'm pretty sure they did at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever fixed it or not, but
so yeah, that happened. But it hasn't happened since, so yeah, fingers crossed. I got Limo, Narca, Abolishment, and I got a Sauron drop that Angsty sent me some time back. I got some juice in there now.
Sauron.
I got some salts because my stupid ass didn't think to pick up some salts when I was at that vape event in Brooklyn.
Where'd you get the salts?
Dong fluid.
Oh, dong fluid.
Dong fluid, 30 milligram.
Dong.
For those wondering, it is a mix of just cinnamon Danish and double RY4. Delicious.
Donglicious.
My donglicious, exactly.
Donglicious. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that. I'll tell you about this in a little bit. Angsty.
So because I haven't been using it full time, I was using it for testing before, testing a particular juice. I haven't been using it full time. So in order to do that, I took the bottle of the battery out of my Gloom, put it into that pretty little guy. So the Bliss has been my all day for the last 5 days, I think, 4 or 5 days. I did it mostly because, well, A, I wanted to use it a little bit more than I have been, and B, I still want to try to see if it's going to take on a blue sheen from the old jeans, because everybody says that it doesn't. But if it's going to happen to anybody, it'll happen to this guy.
Texas beef.
It'll happen to this guy. So I do want to give it a proper go. So we're going to be running this for the next little bit. And inside of here is the rail cracker. I haven't built out or used my built box in a week or two, I think. I need to do it though because I'm kind of craving some abolishment. But there's that. I was about to ask Messi if he's vaped today, but he went away. But anyway, that is pretty much what this has been the boy. I have carried around the Juul a little bit, but I haven't really used it. It's just been this guy. So far, it's good. Still white.
Menu 39 asks, what bottle is in there?
Funny you ask, Menu. That's actually one of the topics we're going to talk about tonight. But I'll get to that. Master, what did you vape this week? Well, I don't know. I haven't really been vaping. I haven't vaped with the people jam. I don't know why you sound like redneck.
I just grunted.
You guys are fucking assholes.
Yeah, see, I knew he was listening. He's always listening.
Welcome back.
No, he's not back.
No, he's not back. That's okay.
Bastard.
So I covered the internet, just fixed it. Since we had a specific question, let's talk about it. So William sent me a couple Cappy R's. This is the Sunbox, kind of a larger bottle, which I actually really like the capacity of. It's silicone, of course, but the top is also silicone, and it threads onto silicone threads. So instead of threading it, you can just do that because it's all flexible and whatever. And this is as opposed to most of the other bottles that you'll find these days, which work a little bit like this. I'm looking for an intact one. They're all unscrewed. Most of the ones these days have got a metal collar with a metal cap that threads it on top with a tube in the middle, right? So we traded bottles. I can't remember. I think I sent him Mod Maker bottles maybe, and he sent me a couple of these guys to try out. I used these guys for weeks anyway, ever since I got the Gloom back, because they were working just fine. I think one of these may have come in the Gloom as well. Now that I think about it, so they worked really well. And as we know, in order to have these things seal, you have to have them bone dry. The threads have to be super dry. The outside of your tube has to be super dry as you put it in there, and just kind of leave it. Put it in your mod, and then use a refiller. Right? Use a 510 refiller. That worked flawlessly for me for weeks. It worked really, really well. Like the size of it. Obviously, you like the price of them, right? Because since there's no metal parts on there, they're all formed and injection molded, I assume. They're like $8 instead of 15 to 25, which some of the fancier bottles really are. They're really expensive. Now that said, was it Friday? I think it was Friday, I went to Squonk and it went and it farted out the bubble that was on the top of my bottle, and I was like, well, that's not very nice. That's annoying. So I tried it again just to make sure, and yes, it was indeed leaking. So I took it all apart and went to fix it. You know, I pulled the cap off, got paper towels in there, and dried threads best I could, and put it all back together, and did the same thing. It just collapsed. So I got irritated with it and put in the old one, which is the Sunbox, also Sunbox, but the BFX bottles, the newer ones with the Delrin top and the Delrin threaded one. This is the one that came with my my last glue. When that came, that one was in there, and I really liked it in general, except for it's a little taller and it needs the tube only is out maybe 3 millimeters or something. It's a really stubby little length, so that one you kind of have to get in there just right. It doesn't fit in these guys perfectly, you know, with like a long, you know, easy to use tail at the top. But the problem is, and what I assume happened, I was talking to a hooligan today, and I kind of, as I was telling him about that, because he uses the Cappy R's and likes them a lot, as does Motherhead. And as I was telling him, I realized what I probably did. So when I refill a freehand, and when I refilled the Dia, one of the features that I like about both of these mods a lot is there's a really sturdy back that your bottle kind of butts up against. So you never have to worry about, you know, pushing on a battery or anything like that, right? You're pushing against something solid on the other side of that thing. And what that means is if you've got your refiller guy sitting on top, you flip it over, you clear the tube. I just squeeze the bejesus out of this bottle and then turn it over and let go. And just let it sit on my desk for a minute like this. And it refills the entire bottle in one go. And what I bet happened was, after a while of using that thing, I probably just happened to squeeze hard enough to where it dislodged or just moved up and down the tube a little bit, which wet the seal between the tube and that flexible top, and then let it leak, right? It was no longer a dry, you know, rubber to rubber seal. It was now lubed and let air escape. So that's probably what it was, which is fine, right? I'm not going to like shit on those bottles because they do work and they are really inexpensive. But I also like having a real cap. That's all. I mean, to me, it's worth an extra, you know, $5 or $10 or whatever to get a cap that I know when I cinch that down, that shit's sealed, and there's, you know, nothing's going anywhere. It's just sealed because most of them it's stainless to silicone seal, right? It doesn't matter if it's a little bit e-liquidy; it's just going nowhere, right? It's still airtight, so your siphon system will work properly. Anyway, so that's a long way of answering your question, but I was going to talk about that tonight because those bottles, they're all right. Just got to use them right? You do have to make sure that shit is dry.
Mm-hmm.
One time with one of my Chinese silk bottles,
Mm-hmm.
I'd cut the tubing just a wee bit short, but it hooked. Well, I like knocked my mod over on the table, and then I went out to vape during lunch, and well, what I didn't know is that it wasn't connected. And I squonk, and I'm vaping, and I'm like, yo, this shit sucks. And then it's like, oh, there's masty all over my hand.
This masty just drip.
See, this is where a pocket stash of Starbucks napkins comes in handy.
Yeah.
Jacket on, never jacket off.
Never jacket off.
Man's not cold. Oh, the real ace murderer throwing down some knowledge. Team Limelight has new bottles coming soon. That is what I've heard. That is what I've heard. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it.
Serving up some fresh shit. That'll never not be funny.
When was the last time Motherhead X1 on anything? Or like X10?
Yeah. You have to like feel his forehead if he just X1s. You were right, sweetie.
Oh, Megadux is trying to make something of your Mass T comment.
He's not wrong.
He does conduct science. It's true. So yeah, that's my thing on bottles. I like bottles. I like the cappy R's if you use them right. But I think in general, I would prefer a real cap.
Will buys gay 3D printed mods. So you don't have to.
Thanks, God.
You got him.
Sorry, Will. You know I love you. I'm not sorry.
This guy's. I have angsty. I'll address your Diet Coke. Welcome.
Welcome.
Cherry Zero was my mistress, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I've not had one of those in a little bit.
The cherry Diet Coke's okay. Did I ever go through and talk about all the different flavors?
We did.
Where did you get them?
I haven't tried them all. Like I still need to try that ginger lime one.
The ginger lime's good cold.
Yeah, I mean, I usually go through my Cokes pretty quickly, even quicker if I'm having Chinese food.
Mm. Chinese food specifically, is that right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, with like pizza and Chinese food, like Coke. Looking fantastic.
Weird.
Yeah.
The blood orange one, by the way.
Roll.
What?
I said it comes with a Coke and an egg roll. Like, what are you gonna do?
Sure.
Drink that shit.
So I got the images, and you was right. It was an 8 bay, not 10, or a Michael Bay. This is back like last year while they were still building it. So there's that, and there's a shot from the other side, and then back there is that concrete double-walled area, which is this. And in there, they got these big fuckers. I believe, dude, yeah. I mean, these were probably 10 foot tall. And the other side is a gigantic fan. That hood that extends out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge fucking fan. So then later on, they came and put doors, big old heavy steel doors on each side. And then here, this whole back area in the back where that dirt is, there's like 2 gigantic, those green transformers that they come in with a crane and put down.
Yeah.
Those are sitting back there. So, yeah.
Cool. That's so I realized when you were posting those pictures, Massey, that's exactly what the one looks like I was talking about. But that one was parked, they parked it on the far west corner of this parking lot, and across the street it's a bunch of trees. So I bet that's going to help a lot keeping that thing cool. At least part of the day.
Yeah, I don't know how much heat they're generating with doing the inversion, but it's got to be
Texas, in Florida and Texas. It's got to be for getting the power, just all that metal.
Yeah.
Plus the power. It has to be. It has to be 150 degrees in those things easy.
Yeah, I don't think that the one here has a roof area either. I think those are meant to stand alone out in the weather like that. That's why they got the hood and stuff like that. But they do have the doors on each side. I'm sure they don't want people going in there fucking with shit. So
yeah.
But
David said any Diet Coke other than OG Diet Coke is treasonous. You will notice that I did buy one of the little 6 or 8 packs, one of those little things of each of the flavors to try them. But you'll notice what's stocked there. Because the new ones are okay. The ginger lime was pretty good. I don't really like cherry in general. Wife is drinking most of those. The mango one is weird, but I'm not a big mango fan either. But it's not bad. If you like mango, you probably like it. The blood orange one is interesting because it almost tastes like a Fanta. Like it doesn't even really taste like Diet Coke at all. It tastes like an odd Fanta, like the orange Fanta.
What I love is if you're at like a Five Guys or Burger King, they have the
big ones, the
big Coke machine.
Yeah.
So the pro move is to do mostly cherry diet and then top it off with lime. So probably like 3/4 and 1/4. I always have fun doing that because you got to wait like 5 minutes for your burger. So I'll sit, make it, like take a few sips, pour some out. Like, nah, it's not there yet.
Yeah. Have I? Kids asking if I've tried the Splenda version. Is that the one that they called the Life? No, that was partial sugar and partial. It wasn't Splenda. It was fuck. What's that other stuff that that other alternate sugar? The xylitol. Wasn't it like xylitol or something?
I'm not going
Xylitol
to drink
was
some
in,
shit
Trident.
that had something named after an instrument. No.
No, you're talking about xylitol, the other shit. Xylitol is what's in
Stevia.
Trident. No, is it stevia?
Yeah, I think
There's
it is.
yeah, and then there's another one. There's one that, man, it gives you some serious gas. It's like XR something. Where's Keto Bro when you need him?
So Google says Coca-Cola Life is sugar and stevia.
Okay.
Also, the first hit on Google is Coca-Cola Life is green, natural, and not good for you.
No shit.
That's from the Atlantic. What the hell do they know?
Well, supposedly stevia is, out of all the sweeteners, is the best one for you.
That's what I've heard. I don't really like
So you'll just get like that much cancer instead of that much.
All right, straight up, stevia tastes like if any of you have had a straight up piece of sugar cane and just thrown that some bitch in your mouth and just gnawed on it for a while. It's if you don't get all the outside off, it's like that green. To me, it's chlorophyll tasting. If that makes sense.
It's grassy.
That's what stevia tastes like me.
Yeah, it's grassy.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Stevia Nicks, nice Flitz.
Well done. Welcome, Flitz. That's good. That is good. Massey, you ready to give me a hand with something?
Yep.
I'm going to give you a link in side chat. So,
okay.
I was unaware of this, but I caught this on Reddit recently. Apparently, let me share my screen real quick. Apparently, Smoke literally owns RIP now. I think like the rights for everything has been signed over to him. Look at that.
The way he's wearing his hat, it looks like a broke ass fez.
What the hell?
Actually, not even a fez. It's just, yeah.
So what I was thinking, Massey, is this is ripe for a mass mad. That's what I was thinking. Just with that face.
Hell yeah.
I wish there was like a printout so I could do my Sharpie magic on it.
Did you send me the link?
Yeah, it's inside chat.
Okay.
So that was my suggestion that we do a little Massey Madden.
All right.
And
So
you pull it up at your leisure.
Jokes on
Our
RIP.
notes here.
My
There you
knuckles
go.
are moist.
Moist knuckles. Let's see. What else? Yeah, Phil, you want to talk about your thing? Your the drop?
Yeah. So Senor Dong Magnum was nice enough to send me some of his DIY that he got that he likes. It's called Dong Fluid. So he's like, I'll send you a bottle. I'm like, that works because I have a salt device that I don't have any salts for. So he sent it, threw it in, and well, this thing was my best friend at work today because I didn't go out to vape at all. So when you in a freight elevator by yourself, you're just like, or you going to the bathroom. So it was nice. It's a good stealth vape. That said, I do have some gripe. Nothing terrible, nothing to keep me from using it necessarily. But, so let's start with column A. Not my ideal mouth to lung. It's a little bit of effort involved to mouth to lung this thing.
It's a little loose.
It's a little loose. I was expecting something close to a MindJet eye care pull. I was not expecting it to be eons looser than this thing. Not a deal breaker. Whatever, adjust. However, that said, because it's so loose, I don't feel like I get the full flavor of this juice. That here and there, if I like, this is, I'm assuming the air comes in through around here. those pristine nails. So what I do is you can be awkward and wrap your finger around the bottom.
Actually, I don't know where the hell they come from. I think it must come from the gap in the top.
So that's point A. Not my ideal draw. B, there is a little bit of play on the pod. Just slight, right? Every so often I'll hit it and it's not like necessarily connected, but whatever. I just push down and whatever. C, when you charge this thing, light turns on. At least in my case, I don't know if this is the case for the air or other people's drops. My light stays on the whole way, so I have no idea as to like when it's done charging. It doesn't pulse or anything.
So I thought I remembered it pulsing when it was charging and it stays steady when it's off, but Fu wasn't sure about that. And it's been a while.
Taking a look at tonight, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. But
yeah, it is
light. I fucking forgot about it in my pocket numerous times since I set it up on Saturday, so that's cool. Very light, coin pocketable, preferable. It's very nice. Yeah, it's a nifty little thing. This is like I just took this with me to work today. I'm not gonna carry this to spend 5 minutes vaping on it on a full work day. So this thing got me through. Vaped it at work. Vaped on the subway here and there. You know, still in some 30 milligram. That said, this is as I said before, this is a cinnamon Danish RY4. You know me; those are like two of my favorite flavors. I don't know I forget what he mixed it at, but this is a 30 milligram, and I forgot when I was filling this thing up, I did a little off my finger. I was like, ooh, this ain't normal juice. Ooh. So yeah, this thing's nice, and the red, very slick.
Is it rubbery?
Yeah.
Because this one's super glossy, smooth, and I don't think that's good. I think I would rather it be rubbery like that one. Because I think I opened that one and looked at it, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, this thing's it's nice. I always think it's like eye drops. Like I think there is a brand of eye drops that has a cap like this that you pull out like this, and someone has to know what I'm talking about. I ain't crazy.
It is possible.
So.
I don't do a lot of eye drops. I pretty much just drop 3-in-1 solution to my eyes. Contact cleaning.
But yeah,
it keeps everything all lubed up and clean.
Like it. Gets me through the day. I'll try more of these pod systems out, but I wish I can only assume that a lot of these are not really mouth. Like the way I see people hitting them on shit posting on the Instagrams and stuff, and I'm like, you don't strike me as a mouth along vapor. So whatever. I'll try them out, see how everything goes.
Mm-hmm.
But this is nice. I dig it, and it's got a little bit of a weight to it on the bottom, so it stands up straight.
The weight is nice. It's surprisingly, it's got a little bit of a heft to it. It's like a little stack of quarters or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on. Masty.
What up?
Got the music ready.
1 second.
We got some crucifixions tonight. This was actually supposed to be last week's crucifixions, but I died.
All right, here we go.
Fuck. I gotta remember who sent these to me. Dave Johnson, I believe. Yes. Dave, thank you. Dave sent me. He barded me with quality crucifixions.
Is it low enough?
Yeah, you're good.
Still pretty loud in my.
I feel like I'm there. I feel
Holy
like
shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking blatant. It looks like they just took a can and put it in there.
Like, yeah, we'll just use half of the.
Wow. You know that fucking font's gotta be.
Yeah. But it's okay. I'm sure Coca-Cola's not going to go after that.
Goodness gracious.
What is this? Vaporized frozen yogurts. Yeah, I like fucking leaving yogurt out on my patio in August and eating it after 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I remember there was a big yogurt craze a couple years ago. It was not a fan. This one I know I've done before. I love this
Oh
one.
my gosh.
My face went. That's despicable.
Seriously.
Despicable.
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 I can't believe you've done this.
Oh my god.
The recorder that keeps on giving.
I've never been to this part of the song.
I was gonna say, I don't think we ever made it this far in. Oh, that was terrible. You can stop that at any point.
Holy shit.
For real.
Oh man, yeah, you can be guaranteed, Ken, that those were made by somebody in the cleanest of bathtubs. I'm sure.
Gee, man.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. She's fiction.
Eric just said Roto V mentholated
Yes.
eye drops. What?
Yes. Yes. Are they mentally? I don't think they're mentally. They fucking hurt though. I remember I'd used them once at one point. I'm like, I'm never using these again. Fuck these. It was like fucking. I like used them and dude, it was like I was like fucking Andy Dufresne coming out of the hole. I was like, it was bad. Anyway, yeah, crucifixions. Thank you, Dave. Definitely need to find more. I did see some. I did screen cap some since. Oh, I thought I had a message, but my phone battery's low. Yeah, Angsty, you have some news.
Well, since El Mucho is here, I figured we'd go ahead and share this because I did pull it up on Reddit earlier, and apparently and we were just talking about the old Smoke. We'll get to that in a minute when Massey's ready. But apparently, Smoke has been somewhat misleading in their labeling of the V fin and the lipo that's in there. Apparently, it's claiming an 8,000 mAh rating, and old Mike Babe sent one over to Mooch, and he went through and did his testing, and apparently that is not the case. Apparently that is not the case.
Let's see the size of that mod. Yeah, fucking bullshit. Dude, it's literally like it's like the size of this thing.
Yeah, it looks like two 650s roughly. Maybe a little bigger.
8,000. Yeah, you can get that maybe 8,000 milliamp hour if they were like 10 amp batteries, 5 amp batteries.
Wait, look. 8,000 mAh batter capacity.
Oh Jesus!
There are some ratchet beings I went to college with who like have a high batter capacity.
You can enjoy a long time vaping with it.
Wow. I know Angsty was all for unintentionally making perverted jokes with vaping, but Smoke just fucking slam dunked it.
Right? Just
Seriously.
showing me what's up. Showing me what's up. Well, anyway, so there's a bunch of shit. You can read Mooch's brilliance for your own. I'm going to put that in the chat. Merry Christmas. Remember, the chat is going to add a backslash or the forward slash at the end of the URL. So if you want to click that, just take that off. Look at the URL. Fix it. It's not my fault. All right. So after that, Master, would you like to madden up since we're on the Smoke train?
Yep. One second.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. Let me. Well, we'll just we'll just do it live. We'll put it up on. Let me share this. All right, here. All right. Let me share the desktop here. Yeah. So one of the things I think we need to do is okay. Good. Here. Okay. So let's see what color we got over here. Oh, we got red.
I think we need black for a unibrow.
Well, first we need a little bit of blood coming out of his nose because he's got a dry nose.
He's
that's a huge picture. Can you zoom it up a little bit?
Oh, sure.
Dude, I'm glad I wasn't there because if I had a Sharpie marker, I would have went full Jigglypuff on that shit.
Let's go over right there. Is that better?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So, we'll finish here.
Oh, you're off cam. Smoked, but then can't see that much.
That was even better.
And let's fix. We gotta fix this nigga's eyebrows here.
Oh, that's very delicate. I like that.
Yeah, nice. And we need to black out his eyes because he's got no soul.
He's got like the grandfather eyebrows.
He sold his soul to smoke or smuck.
Fun fact: he was
this
a fan of the smoke cardos back in the day. I think.
We got a batter dispenser.
Oh, to Foo's point, that does look like a fez. Can we fez that up a little bit?
No, it's not, I mean, I have a fez that looks like somewhere between because it's a flipped up brim that's like.
It's a cigarette, bro. You know they call them squares too. You heard them called squares? Why they call them squares?
Yeah. Buddy of mine used to call them squares. Also, nails. That was always my favorite. Nails or the old coffin dart or lung dart, rather.
We know he's got some gold in that grill.
That's that smoke money.
I don't know. His face is just so perfect. He's got like
Eric Cheney says he looks like Aladdin. No, like Aladdin would be a compliment.
Wait,
he looks like he just freaking moved into Williamsburg from Kansas City.
Does he have ears? Look at that far left ear.
Yeah, I mean his ears are. I mean,
maybe he's a Vulcan.
Maybe he actually is sick as tits, like literally.
Perfect.
Oh,
perfect. Now he looks like a goblin.
I need to color him in.
Is this going to be like a new like raid boss in WoW now? That's what he looks like.
Mind you, I'm using a fucking mouse. So if you want to send me a Wacom tablet, Wacom or whatever the fuck you want to call them, Wacom tablets.
Welcome.
He looks like a ghost from Mario Brothers.
Hey, his camera settings were worse than mine earlier. All right, thank you, Massey. That was well done. Got to get that.
He lost one tooth to dryness.
He is laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, I doubt he's hurried up.
You know what? My name is not Hilton.
Now that said, I do have a cool piece of news. If you remember, and I don't know if I actually mentioned it on the show because I was pretty sure that it was released prematurely by someone, but the Haku, the guys behind Haku, Steven is putting out a new atomizer, which I'm actually pretty pumped about. Here is a picture that Todd shared earlier today. This guy. This guy, Mark Tudd. Now, embrace yourself, everybody, because we're about to see some piss. This is the outside of the new Haku Vena.
That's actually not a terrible looking Ulta mod, TBH.
Yeah, no, I'm not excited about the mod. But I am excited about the atomizer because one of the very few things about the Haku that I wasn't a massive fan of is the fact that the airflow is too much. I run it with like a third open max, between a quarter and a third open, and it works great. And I've used it a lot. But this new guy apparently is slightly more restricted. which I'm excited about. Stacked air is cool no matter how you cut it. Now, granted, I don't know that the whole stacked air thing is going to be as good on a dripper as it was in a Gen A, because in the Gen A, you were slammed up against your coil, right? I mean, that air hole is literally right
And you're
there.
running a vertical.
What?
And you're running a vertical.
And you're running a vertical. But that said, I think hitting the top and the bottom of the coil is kind of interesting and kind of cool. If you want to see a picture of the deck, bam. What it looks like to me is the Phenom V2. That's what it basically looks like to me. We've got a very Phenom-y kind of thing, but the air holes, if you'll see, are persisted all the way through, right? So your hole here comes all the way to here. It is set at an angle. So I would imagine, knowing as detail-oriented as Steven is, this thing's going to work like gangbusters. I'm pretty excited about it. You do have the little coil helpers here to throw your coil rod down on, clamp away just like the OG. I'm not terribly excited about the slam cap that's coming stock. The slam caps are dumb, and pretty much every drip tip looks stupid on them.
But all the cool kids are hand checking them.
Yeah, I know. They're also hand checking all of them, and they're wrong about that too. But and the other thing they added is a lip down here at the bottom. Some people, now see, I never really had much of a problem with the original one having any sort of leaks, and depending on those O-rings to keep everything nice and clean. But this one has got a lip around the bottom, which some people really like. I mean, I don't dislike it. That's the way my Nardas are, and it's all good. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I know some of the United Statesian moderators have gotten theirs in today. Some of the other EU folks got theirs in earlier this week. So you've probably seen some pictures around with it. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be cool. Definitely going to pick one up. And yeah. Oh, and I also heard that the top cap is keyed into the posts, or keyed into something anyway, because I heard you can't over rotate, just rotate 360 degrees with it. It actually just rotates along and lets you adjust the air. Ken Hartman, expecting 2-hole mouth to lung caps in 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir. I would imagine that is inevitable, which I think is really cool. Yes. Anyway, I think it's really cool. I'm looking forward to it. That is the Haku Vena. Vena.
V-E-N-A?
Double N. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where the name came from. I'll have to ask him about it. We'll have to ask him about that. Yeah. Master, you got anything to talk about today?
I do not.
That's fine enough. I do have one more thing I'd like to talk about.
I mean, the battery thing, and we blew the load on Mooch on that one.
Wow.
And
oh, sorry. No, the Mets blew the lead. Just
bummer.
check the score.
Asking, has VapeMats stocked the Haku yet? I don't think so. But that said, the Haku has always been, they're super committed about getting out as many of them as people need. They run huge lists and just rip through them in the group, and it's easy to join up and get one. This isn't one of those sign up and hope you are 1 through 50 on a 300,000 person list and you hope you get lucky, whatever. It's not like that. It's more like how Limelight does stuff, which is you pretty much sign up on a list and you're probably going to get what you want. It's really easy to get a hold of it, Eric, if you join the group. If you want, I can get you the link to the group. Haku Engineering is...
Did Ahmed, did you mention about the Fast Tech style digest?
Mm-hmm.
I did not. We forgot about that, actually.
So some of you, El Dong Magnum used to carry that torch, and then Magnum Style Dong is now doing it. And there's a new site since Reddit has been, oh boy. And I don't even think, have you guys checked the site? Because I don't see any of the pictures.
No, I haven't checked
But
the site.
here, side chat. Check that and see.
What was that?
I see him.
The images are
Oh
coming
yeah,
up?
no, they come right up.
Oh, my shit must be blocking them. All right. Well, anyways, so
Well, here, I'll
paste that
share.
in
I'll
side
share
chat?
it while you talk about that.
Okay. Yeah. So it's moved over to this site because you know, Reddit was being Reddit and doing stupid shit. So
the Captivate, dude.
yeah, you can go on there and check it out now. So it's moved over to there.
Angsty,
Yeah.
select yourself.
No, it's all right. I was just gonna let him talk.
So but yeah.
Oh, not a member of Facebook. Yeah, it's a bummer. That is one of those things, right? I don't like the fact that so much of vaping is on Facebook. I don't like that at all. The only thing I can tell you is sign up with a name that's not really yours. Don't do that. That's against the TOS.
I feel like I just had this conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that would be fast tech styled digest. Fast tech styled. Here, I'll just paste it. Copy link.
Yes.
Paste. I can. There you go. MSD is that's Magnum style dog, of course. There. I was like, what's the MSD? Oh, I answered my own question before I asked it.
Spelled MSG wrong.
Got him.
So I was this last week, a buddy of mine down the street, pinged me asking for some assistance in getting into the vaping thing. Because he heard that I did a show and did things. I was like, sure, I'd be happy to help you. So I was able to get one of I'm trying to remember which one I ended up giving him. Oh, it was the Pipisardo. It was the Chroma 8 set. That was the set that I had left that I hadn't given out yet, and I was able to give that to him and then kind of walk him through it, and that was really cool. I don't know if he's watching right now or not, but it was really fun going back and like walking somebody through. Here's how we vape. Here's like some common things you're going to run into. Here's how some the pitfalls you're going to run into. Fortunately, he's a geeky kind of guy, so I think he's going to want to do some rebuilding at some point. But he just to show you, or just to say thank you again to Ennigan for helping out a smoker. That was really cool of you to send that one of those extras along, because I was able to give that to somebody that needed a hand. And that tank, he's absolutely loving it. He shot me a message earlier this week and said that he was having some normal Clearo problems, right? Like he had he said, I know you told me this to leave the fill thing closed, but I left it cracked and it kind of got a little gurgly now, and I'm getting liquid. I'm like, it's okay. Here's how you blow it out, and kind of get it set back up. And he's loving it, and that's awesome. And apparently his mom also smokes. So I was like, dude, tell me if she would at all like to try this, because I do have a T20, the T30. I got one of those guys left too, and if she's not wanting the big fancy thing with a lot of buttons, I've got something I can give her, and I want to help her. So anyway, I was really excited about that, because that's something we talked about this a while back. Like I now know so few smokers. I haven't had that conversation in a while. That one of somebody that just wants to try to see if vaping is going to work for them. That was awesome. It was really, really exciting. I was pumped. Because I don't know. To me, it brought me back to the reason why we started this in the first place, right? Is a lot of us had, 423 years of vaping experience between the four of us. And we thought we'd record this, right, to see if we can help some folks. And somewhere along the way, this has become a very much a hobby for us in general.
Yep.
And there's been fewer of those conversations, and it was nice to do that. I really quite enjoyed that. So I hope that continues to work for him. And I want to say thank you to Anakin for sitting on the extra one that I can pass on to him.
Speaking of which,
yes.
I was talking this before the show. You would have found this out last week if I was here, but April 5th passed, and that was my 5-year vape anniversary. Yay!
Oh, snap.
Hooray!
A little bit older, a little bit gayer. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean those pictures that we got on from 2013 was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was like many beards ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got little less than 2 months. I've got like a month and a half till mine. Which would be pretty cool. And Beto, he said you guys should direct him towards the show P. Basardo does. He has a show geared toward beginners. I forgot about that, and I'm glad you said that. I will tell him about that. Especially because he's got P. Basardo's setup. He's got the Phil and Dimitri Clero with the Chroma A, whose name totally escapes me at the moment. The hell's the name of that tank?
The Zenith.
Zenith. Thank you.
I have one sitting right here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Like I was just drawing a total blank. I was like, it's not the Aries, that's the rebuildable one. What's the clearer one? Dusty said it's 2 hours long.
Yeah, people say that about us.
Sardo's long. That's crazy.
People used to bitch that we were too long-winded.
Mm-hmm. We cut it down to about an hour and a half. That seems to be about right. Hour and a half. That way nobody gets too burnt out. Kitty B says it's one of the best feelings. I completely agree. That was one of the best.
It says 5 years. That's so cute. Yeah, well. I know you've been vaping long enough to be my dad, so.
It's true. Now, to at least my credit, and I assume Foos and Masters as well, but that was when I fully went over to vaping. Like I quit smoking at that point. I don't count all the stuff because I tried several times, several years before that, repeatedly. Never really took because of those little fucking stick batteries, man. They were terrible.
Not even the batteries, the fucking cartridges were just everything was harsh.
Dude, the first rip that I took on this mesh Cardo, it fucking ended me.
3648 milligram, you know.
I'm not fucking with this shit ever. No, it was like the nastiest fucking dankest disgusting burnt hit.
Yeah.
It was you know, if you know mesh, it ain't nothing like a fucking, you know, cotton burnt hit. It is. Hold a Brillo pad in your mouth, light it on fire, and inhale.
Yeah.
take a plunger, just jam it down your throat.
The first fucking vape meet I'd gone to, there were like a handful of, I guess it was Hemo then, people there, and they had their Jennies on their Macs, and they're like,
yeah.
Right?
So
I tried one out, and it fucking dry hit on me. Like, you're not doing it right. I'm like, if you have to vape like this, it's gay as hell, dude. Like, come on.
You did get the angle right. That was good. That's right about right?
Nah, yeah, I don't know. They probably made the face too.
Dude, Elder De Leon just asked if we had tried any of the mesh sub-ohm tanks. I have not tried any of the mesh sub-ohm tanks. That is absolutely frightening to me because one of the things that mesh has to be is perfect. And if there's one word to describe a sub-ohm head or coil, it is not the word perfect.
Yeah,
well, you know,
I for one enjoy life.
Can you imagine taking a sub-ohm tank like big lungful?
That's a liability.
Well, it is. And the worst thing is like, you know, it just leaves a metallic taste in your mouth and you cannot get rid of. Like I don't know.
Before anybody freaks out, like in the chat, by the way, I have had mesh work and I have had mesh work well. It's just the fact that if you set it down wrong, all of a sudden it can fuck up. That's what I don't like.
It's like I
had
like,
one.
I have to make another one of this.
I had one fucking rocking in an RSST.
Yeah.
For the longest time, and just like that, it just fucking something. You know, maybe it got hit by a neutrino. I don't know. Shit, you remember how long it took for what's his name to build that special mesh for you that one time at the convention?
Oh, Andrew, yeah.
Remember when he was trying to build that mesh for you, Anxie?
Yeah.
You remember that?
No,
yeah.
I was building. He was over my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have baked a fucking platoon's worth of sweet potatoes in that time.
Luke said, "Okay, no, actually, he's talking about the ones that use the mesh as the coil, and I have seen those around. I have not purchased one because they frighten me a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'll vape on vaginal mesh first.
It's a super interesting idea. I think it's a super cool idea. I'm not
Your face. You're just like,
we need to get it. Well, I need to get a screen cap of that, a GIF for that, because that was. I would rather vape on a vaping donut.
Mass would rather put a hole in the roof of his mouth.
There was that one Addy that came out, that the first one that I saw doing that, and it was pretty interesting because it was like almost like a reverse cardo, right? It had like all the cotton inside and the mesh that went around it, and the terminals were like high because you clamped them in. Anyway, it was an interesting idea. I think it was one of those funny like big old German ones.
If I remember, when I met Sean, he was rocking mesh sleeved in Eco Will, which is allegedly sacrilege.
That's what I hear. Well, no, it was cable wrapped in Eco Will, right? Yeah.
No, I think he straight up
rolled
mesh and sleeved it in because you could.
Remember that shit with the cable? What fucking? You had to carry. You had to carry. You had to carry bolt cutters around with you to fucking build your Addy. I mean, these kids these days, they just pop their fucking. Yo, speaking of the whole Juul thing, did anybody read that on Reddit?
Yeah, the whole high school Juul thing. I did see an article for it, but I did not read it.
I didn't go through and read all of it, but they're basically saying that now they have kids that have never smoked, probably would have never smoked in their life, but now they're doing it because other kids are doing it with the Juul, and it's so simple to just throw in your pocket and not see, and stealth vape and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Well, this I was driving home like last week, and junior high bus is letting out, and I literally thought to myself, damn, that bus, they need one of those new diesel injectors, because one of those injectors is fucked up because of the fucking plume that just came out of the back of this bus. No, it was some chick. She's just like, boom. I'm like, holy shit.
Damn, girl.
Like, it like instantly, then this, the smell hit me, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't no diesel. That ain't running lean. And yeah, so.
Like,
right.
I think I've changed my position on this a little bit. So if you would have asked me a year or 3 ago or 4, what do you think about kids vaping, right? Back then, at least me, I think a lot of people were, we really were focused on what we were using vaping for, which was harm reduction and quitting, and many of us quitting smoking. And I was like, no kids, fuck kids, no. But
what a blitz.
And while I still think that is true for like under 18, right? No kids should be vaping. If you're not 18, same thing with cigarettes. Shouldn't be smoking. It's bad for you. It's bad for your development, all that stuff, right? But
no Tide Pods, though. Yeah,
no Tide Pods either. No snorting condoms. None of that. But that said, I don't know about you, but I would say the majority of my friends in high school either smoked or smoked occasionally, or at least had tried smoking, right? I mean, I would venture it's 80%, maybe more.
Or turned into some serious freaking smokers.
Yeah, totally. That's what I mean.
Afterwards. Like, I mean, I had some that didn't really smoke, socially smoking.
Yeah,
and then
socially smoking.
You meet them years later, and they're, they could pave your whole parking lot with tar with how much they got.
Totally. So I would suggest that is better. Having a Juul or whatever is better than smoking. Still, even for somebody who's 18, I hate the fact that has become like the whole argument about vaping is, oh, the kids are doing it. Well, somebody think of the children. But man, I'd rather have my kid have a vape than be smoking.
It was the same thing, at
true.
least when I was in high school with shisha.
Mhm.
I had tried it for the first time, I think, when I was in 8th grade. My brother got married, and he was living in Dubai, and I went. It's awesome. Fucking great mint. Right? Great mint.
Great.
And I'm telling my friends about it. I'm like, wait, you're smoking tobacco? Oh, that's fucking lame. I shit you not. The following summer into high school, because now we got to do bad shit now. We're in high school. Everyone's smoking shisha, and I'm like, you guys are fucking lame. It was the same thing when I was smoking in high school, too. People are like, oh, that's terrible. You know, like people you know in high school that like they're going to pick up smoking in college. Those are all those fucking people. Run to each other outside Dunkin' Donuts, smoking a cigarette. I'm like, hey.
Welcome.
Welcome, exactly.
Yeah.
I was just doing this to make sure it was all right. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's a tough call, and I certainly am not recommending any kids start smoking or vaping rather. But at the same time, again, if you're legal,
Yeah, and you know what?
Better than smoking.
Be smart. If you want to look cool like your friends and vape on a jewel, check out some of our videos. Empty the freaking thing out. Put some zero nic in there.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
You don't need to hit up nicotine for no reason. Even though most of them are probably doing it for the nicotine. But
yeah, my brother teaches. What is he teaching? He's teaching 10th grade. Anyway, he is working at a new school, and kids are hitting their jewels in class. He confiscated a bunch, and he's like, I'm not going to fucking take away from my lesson plan because these kids want to fucking steal. He's like, I'm not going to be their parents. He's like, they're going to do. Take it away, they come back with another one. They do the same thing. They go into the bathroom, they hit their jewel, they hit their fucking oil cartridges. What he's like, what am I going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But
I mean, if this was like 40 years ago, just.
Yeah. That's right.
What's with the snorting condoms? Like, what does that do?
Dude, no. Fuck snorting condoms. You know what Senor Magnum style dong showed me before I came in here?
Now, if you could snort the condom and put it on at the same time.
Talent.
You know what the new hotness is now, because Tide Pods are not a thing anymore, is eating ramen out of the toilet. I shit you not. Wait a minute.
Wait, hang on. I have
to delve like 2 hours back.
Wait, hang on. Is it cooked, or does it look Justin Timberlake style?
I don't know, but I'm getting the picture up.
Ramen out of what the fuck?
For it.
Future leaders of America, ladies and gentlemen. Oh wait,
no, what the fuck? Jesus Christ!
Hey, bring it back.
Wait, put it back. What a waste of ramen.
It's a waste of ramen.
That's a solid Tinder picture, if you ask me.
She should know better. Look at that.
No, she doesn't know better.
The fuck?
She should, I said.
No, she shouldn't.
That is more than a normal serving of ramen in there.
It looks like 2 packets, right? Like, I've eaten a good amount of ramen to be able to eyeball how much that. I think that's 2 packets of top.
All of this is because of fucking social media. Because I have some friends who, a kid in junior high and a kid in high school, 16 years old, and they really haven't wanted any, necessity for social media. They got their phones and stuff like that. So I jokingly, I'm like, oh yeah, next thing you'll know, they'll be snorting condoms. And they were like, what? And I was like, or eating Tide Pods. And they're like, what? Like they had no idea.
What the fuck happened to just like smoking weed when your parents were at home?
What the fuck happened to
like breaking your mom's china because you had a house party?
Replacing the alcohol with flavored water to make it look like it was the whiskey that you drink, or shit. I love rum because rum was easy. You just put water right back in. Rum and tequila, just fucking, But no.
Oh God! Hey, this is gonna be the 4 Yorkshiremen before we know it.
I wish that was my kid, because I can counter social media them and shame them. I would do that. If my kid did some shit that stupid, I absolutely would shame them for it. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
You know why? They wouldn't do it again.
Rob Jones, quick, slam the seat
And I
down,
would literally
kill it.
and fucking wash your mouth out with boric acid and CLR, please. And bleach.
Mhm.
It is not cool now because it's legalized
Yeah.
and their parents are smoking weed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their parents are 30-somethings that were smoking weed in the 90s.
No. It's because they're smoking weed now, and it's not a big deal because it's all legalized. So, I'm glad that at least the bath salts thing didn't take off because that was getting scary down here.
This isn't far behind.
You get well. I mean, at least
They're gonna start putting fucking Lysol toilet bowl cleaner in there too, and the sriracha garlic sauce, and maybe a little bit of chicken stock, which is probably actually pee.
Don't give them any ideas. Yeah, can you imagine these companies going, okay, this is our marketing department. How do we keep kids from eating this or making it or making sure that it doesn't look like or taste like something?
Idiots. What are you gonna do? Well, yeah.
Ready.
Thanks everybody for coming out and joining us on a back to normal Plumes of Hazard. We really appreciate you guys coming out. We hope you enjoy the rest of your week and come to see us next Monday. Same Plumes time, same Plumes channel. We're at it. Peace out.
Toodles.